Hi, my name's Katie England. I'm the social media coordinator for the Maine State Police. We're here today with Lieutenant Pat Hood of the Maine State Police, who's parked in his cruiser, Judith Shaw of the Office of Securities, and Jane Margison of AARP. And we are here today to talk about giving local. And we're going to kick it off with Pat Hood.
Hello, everybody. We just wanted to take a minute and talk about charitable giving. You see every day in our communities that the level of giving continues to be impressive. We probably all know people that are in great need now, and what we're seeing is a community standing up and supporting those people. Now, a lot of people have charities that they already have a relationship with prior to COVID-19, and that's great. They've probably been vetted. But if you are considering or have the ability to give, and you're trying to make a decision of where your hard-earned money is going to go, do your homework. If you get a knock on the door or you get a phone call saying, we need your help, we need to give, be reasonably cautious about that ask. Try to find out more information. Because generally speaking, when you give, you want to get something in return, meaning there's going to be a benefit for you, maybe at tax time, but you're going to need some documentation. So if you're not 100% familiar or have a relationship with this agency that you want to give to, take their name and number and do your own research. Or even better, if you do have that money and you want to make sure that it's handed over to a person, maybe get some tips in your community for agencies that need support right now so they can support the greater good. So again, my thinking here is just use that little bit of extra time, do your homework, because as we all know, our hard-earned money, if you're going to give, you want to make sure that it's full intention and it'll go where you want it to.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much, Pat. Judy, did you have anything that you wanted to add on that note?
Yeah, Pat's absolutely right. As with any time we're being asked to give somebody our money, we want to make sure we check to know who we're actually giving that money to. A couple of quick, easy opportunities to protect yourself. One of the things I do when I want to get information is I Google. Everybody Googles. But sometimes what I do is I add the word scam at the end of whatever I'm Googling. So if you put Judy Shaw scam, you might be interesting to see whether or not legitimate information about Judy Shaw shows up or if some sort of scam actually shows up. So that can be very interesting. And you'll find if you put certain charities in or entities that claim to be a charity and you add scam, you may find articles or enforcement actions that have been taken. There's also a charitable solicitation program here in the state of Maine government that people might not know about within my Department of Professional Financial Regulation. And so you can go to their website, the Charitable Solicitations Program, and you can actually do a search of an organization to find out whether or not they're properly registered in the state of Maine. I just had a little fun today and did a licensee search for AARP, and I'm sure Jane would be happy to know you're good to go.
Excellent.
That's excellent. Did you have anything that you wanted to add about that, Jane, and including how legitimate the AARP is?
Yes, I'm delighted that AARP, all these 60 years we've been around, is in fact a legitimate organization. That's great. And as part of AARP's long legacy, we have the AARP Fraud Watch Network, which is a free resource for anyone of any age, whether or not you're actually a member of AARP. And one of the things that we talk about with our Fraud Watch work is things like these charity scams. Some of them are really designed to just tear at your heartstrings. Scammers love to just press our emotional buttons and get us under what they call the ether, get us into that place where we're not even thinking that something might be a scam or that, there's fraud lurking, all around the conversation that you're having with this person online or on your phone. So here are a couple of things to look out for related to charity scams. I mean, Americans are so generous. In 2018, collectively, we gave over $425 billion to charities. So it's really something that many of us are engaged in year upon year, and scammers know that. So when things like natural disasters happen, or in this case, you know, we're still working right within COVID-19 and this pandemic that has really just taken the world by storm. That's when the scammers make their move, because they know that we are trying to help, we're trying to figure out what's going on. So there are all these scams related to COVID-19 going on about how to help local communities, how to donate to hospitals and workers and healthcare workers particularly. And the thing to do is just be very safe. Never give cash, never give a gift card. You know, use a credit card if you're going to give to a charity. You do have a record and you do have some rights associated with it. The other thing is that scammers are very good at making websites look legitimate when in fact they are not. So let's say you want to give to a local charity, they may just put a 1 after the name or something that just, you know, makes it so it's actually their site that they're manipulating and not the real site that you're trying to work with to give money to. And always just, you know, trust your instincts. You can go to charitynavigator.org is a great place to verify whether or not a charity is in fact legitimate. And it's just best to double check. Even if you get a phone call from somebody and you're pretty sure it's legitimate, I would recommend that you actually hang up that phone and call the charity yourself using a number you know is legitimate.
That is excellent. This is all really good advice. And we know that people in Maine are really generous people, and we don't want to stop people from being generous, especially in these trying times, but it is really good to keep that awareness up. Did you have anything that you wanted to close with, Pat?
Just the fact that if you ever have a question, if you need to check with a neutral party, call us, call me, call your local police department, because we can't take charities. We're not an agency that's able to accept that. So we're a safe place for you to at least vet or check to see if that person is reasonably able to take your money and you feel good about it.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Pat. And Judy, did you have anything that you wanted to close with?
Yeah, I think it's really important at this time in particular to think local, give local. For my office, I've been making donations twice a month on behalf of my team, a donation to a organization that is getting groceries to families in need, a donation to an organization that's making sure school children have the meals that they normally would get in school, and most recently a donation to local artists who are suffering during this period as well. So there's plenty of opportunity locally to help people out during these trying times. So just remember, be kind to one another, be patient, and don't give up. There's always hope.
That's excellent. Excellent points, Judy. Thank you. And Jane, did you have any closing thoughts that you wanted to add?
I do, just to really build upon all the great advice from Pat and Judy. And I really love that we're doing these videos together, and we hope that viewers enjoy them too, and that you're sharing this information with your friends and your family. But I just want you to know we are all here for you. If you have questions, like Pat said, if you just want kind of another person to review the situation, we are so happy to do that. And the AARP Fraud Watch Network does have a toll-free number. Again, it's completely free, and it's open to you whether or not you're an AARP member, and it's 1-877-908-3360. And you want your hard-earned money going to the charity of your choice, not into the back pocket of a scammer. So just take this advice and make sure that you're double checking the charity before you give anything away. It's worth taking the extra step.
That's excellent advice. Keeping it local and thinking local. We are all in this together in one community. I think that's the best advice that we have. So thank you all so much for your time and offering this advice to our community in Maine.
Thank you.
Good luck, everybody.
Take care.